Bienvenue, je suis Elias, and I confront my cinematic blind spots. And today we're going to head off to France to check out the 1995 Mathieu Kassovitz film, Haine. Heard a great deal about this, but I've just not got around to watching it. My friend Harrison has bugged me to watch it for a long time, so I don't have anything to drink that's French because there's no point getting French wine in Portugal because Portugal makes great wine on its own, and the beer is shit. But what I do have is some Dior Sauvage, so smelling good for the video. So without further ado, on y va. So we follow the life of three friends from a Parisian council estate, Vince, Said and Hubert, funnily enough the same names of the actors who play them. However, riots spill out across the city after the police beat a friend of theirs so badly that he ends up in intensive care. And during the riots, a police officer loses his gun, which is found by Vince, and he contemplates using this on a police officer in revenge for the treatment of their friend. And throughout the day and night, they keep moving apart from one another and then regrouping and splitting up, and it all comes to a grand conclusion. This is a really powerful film that immediately brought to mind the film Les Miserables, which was a similar idea but from the point of view of the police, and it would make a great double bill with this. I really like the characterization here, which when you don't have that much of a plot is pretty vital. Vince is this Jewish guy who has a lot of aggression in him and a complete contempt for the police, understandably. And that shot of him in the mirror doing the "you talking to me" motif from Taxi Driver is arguably more iconic than the original film, to be honest. The fact that they not only had the guts to invoke Taxi Driver like they did, but just arguably surpass it, it's pretty commendable. We also have Hubert, who is a black Christian and also a boxer and a small-time drug dealer in his free time, who, despite technically being the most violent given that he's a boxer, he's also often the most peaceful and the voice of reason. Whereas Vince often acts like a hard man, but as we see throughout the film, it appears to just be a facade that he's putting up. And then you finally have Said, who is a North African Muslim, who is somewhere in between and acts as sort of a mediator when Vince and Hubert butt heads. The cinematography in this is on another level, and I'm glad Mathieu Kassovitz, the director, decided to shoot in black and white, given the obvious us and them idea running through it, but also about how the police, who are largely white, treat minorities, especially given all three of the main characters of different faith and ethnic backgrounds, yet they get along. Thankfully, it's not like the US where they're mainly trigger-happy morons, but there is still police brutality in France, and it sucks. I'm very happy that the police in the UK are unarmed, because I can't imagine living in fear of cops like that. You can have a look at the First Blood review where me and my friend Terry talk more about that. There are moments here that are really scary. They roll with some twisted people. I mean, the Russian roulette scene in the lavish flat was really chilling. Fuck that. I want to live. I'm not gonna have people like that in my social circles. I thought the timestamps were a neat idea too, since not only does it give you some sense of geography through the timeline of the film, but also you feel like it's building towards something seismic, and it does. I won't say what, but what I will say is I had my heart in my mouth at the ending. What a magnificent piece of cinema this is. I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. The way this navigates around identity, oppression, and brotherhood is really exceptional. It's also a shame that it appears to be the one sole standout moment in Kassovitz's filmography as a director, as all his other films are supposed to be complete turkeys, such as Gothica and Babylon AD. What happened? It's wild to me that he plays Amelie's love interest. So those are my thoughts on Haine. If you've seen it, let me know what you thought in the comments. Obviously, it's important to note that the title literally translates as hate. And also this film, sadly, is very, very, very relevant still, which is kind of depressing, but it's still a remarkable piece of explosive social commentary. That's all from me. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. You can also follow me on Letterboxd if you want. No pressure. See you all very soon. Au revoir. I think I maybe have like 4 France jerseys. This is one of my favorites because they had one in 2011, I believe, but it's really expensive. But they did a new one like last year or the year before, and it was relatively cheap, so I got this one. Actually, I think I prefer this design to the one before, so I'm happy that I have it.